Hi guys, it's Angie Bell with HerballyHipTarot. How's my HerballyHip tribe doing out there? This is for entertainment purposes only, and everything we say here is allegedly. Okay, before we get into the mess, if you haven't subscribed to my channel, can you please hit the bell 3 times and give me a thumbs up? Because I think you're going to like it here. All right, let's get into the mess we call the U.S. Marjorie Taylor Greene. Okay, Marjorie Taylor Greene said, FELON-45 said, if we release the Epstein files, a lot of people will be hurt. Open read. What the hell is he talking about? Himself? Who else is he protecting besides himself? Or is it just himself? Let's find out. Let's see which cards we're going to ask about. Okay. Clear Spirit. Marjorie Taylor Greene said FELON-45. Clear Spirit. Marjorie Taylor Greene said FELON-45 said if we release the Epstein files, a lot of people will be hurt. Spirit, should I use Heart's Hidden Secrets? No. Clear. Spirit, should I use True Crime? Of course I should. All right. You know this reading is going to be good because it said to use True Crime. And we're talking about FELON-45. So he's a criminal. Can you believe our president's a criminal? Like, what the hell? 34 count felon / sexual assaulter, which is exactly what they said. I say rapist because what's the difference? Allegedly. Okay. Let me shuffle True Crime and I'll be right back. Okay, so we got them shuffled. All right, so what's on the bottom? Cover up. So the question is, Marjorie Taylor Greene said FELON-45 said if we release the Epstein files, a lot of people are going to be hurt. So this is why he is doing a cover up. Trying to do a cover up. We all know. Missing. I think this is going back to my spirit guide saying, okay, yes, we're talking about this, but don't forget about the stolen election. This is missing votes. Once this is all exposed, there will be a lot of healing that needs to be done. And just by exposing the Epstein files, a lot of healing will happen, or at least the beginning of healing. Okay, marriage and wedding. This is a relationship. Okay, this is, I believe, FELON-45 and the other men who are going to be seriously affected when they get exposed about the Epstein files. I like seeing this. Now, I can't show you this. The card says homicide, but it's a knife and a table like this, which means to me, like, it's over. So this whole thing with Epstein, even though FELON-45 is yelling at Marjorie Taylor Greene for signing that paper to bring it to the floor, this whole thing is over. Epstein files, the energy right now is that it is over. It is over for FELON-45 and for these men who decided to participate in sexually assaulting little girls and women, period. Okay, a lot of things are going to be announced, I guess, and exposed on social media. Travel. There's going to be people who want to run. This is MAGA, the MAGA party, Republican Party. This whole thing with Epstein is really wearing on Felon-45's heart. He already has a bad heart because he eats like complete crap. So his arteries are already clogged, but his arteries are going to clog with inflammation. And if your arteries clog with inflammation, you could also have a heart attack. And the inflammation is coming from his body because he's stressed, because he doesn't want this whole Epstein thing to come out. Again, look at this. A boat traveling, escaping, trying to escape to calmer waters. So there's going to, and this is right above it, travel. We got 2 escape cards. I believe Felon-45 is going to want to escape, and all these men who are exposed are going to want to escape or try to escape. Now, this one says revenge, and it has a knife. I don't want to show the knife. But what I want to know is, who wants revenge? Is this what the survivors want, or is this what Felon-45 wants? All right, we'll ask. We'll ask my pendulum. All right, so let's ask some questions to my pendulum here. Okay, cover up. Clear, spirit. Is Felon-45 trying to cover up Epstein files for himself? Yes, clear. Spirit, does Felon-45 care about anybody else that's in those Epstein files? No. So the only person, when he told her that people will be hurt, he was only talking about himself. Clear, spirit. Is this saying don't forget about the stolen election, missing votes? Yes, okay. Clear, spirit. Will the exposure of Felon-45 and the rest of the men who sexually assaulted underage girls, will that bring some healing to the survivors? Yes. Okay. Okay, this is that homicide with the knife in the table, meaning it's over. Clear, spirit. Is it over for Felon-45? Is Marjorie Taylor Greene going to collect the names of the men who sexually assaulted little girls and announce it on the Senate floor? Yes. I've got 2 travel cards. Clear. Spirit, is Felon-45 going to try to escape after he is exposed of being a pedophile? Yes. Clear. Spirit, will he be successful in escaping? No. Clear. Spirit, will many of the men who are exposed in the Epstein files, will they try to leave the country, try to escape? Yes. Clear. Will some of them be successful in escaping? Yes. Clear. Will we catch a lot of them, though? Yes. Okay, good. Clear. Spirit, once Felon-45's name is exposed about the Epstein files, will most of MAGA and the Republican Party turn against Felon-45? Yes. Clear. Spirit, is this about Felon-45's health? Yes. Clear. Spirit, once this is announced about Epstein, about Felon-45 in the Epstein files, is he going to have a heart attack from stress? Yes. Now, who wants revenge? This is the revenge card. And there's a knife there. Clear. Spirit, is it Felon-45 who wants revenge? No. Clear. Spirit, is it the Epstein survivors who want revenge? Yes. Now, some of you guys yelled at me at one time about me talking about revenge in a reading. For one, it's not me. Okay, I'm reading the cards. But I don't think we should judge these ladies, because one time I said something and the card said revenge, and a bunch of you guys said, you know, that's not staying in the light. That's not staying in the light, wanting revenge. Let me tell you something, okay? We don't know. Well, maybe some of us do. Hopefully not any of us know this. But to be sexually assaulted as a child, being sexually assaulted, period, you might want revenge. And your revenge isn't to hurt that other person physically, but the revenge is the exposure, the people having consequences like prison time. And I completely agree, because that's the kind of revenge I would want. I would want these men to have consequences. I would want, basically, they need to go to prison for life. That would be my revenge. So some people think that's a bad word. Okay. But I'm not talking about physically hurting them or doing things to physically hurt them. I'm talking about consequences. All right, you guys. That is it for this read. Good read, though. Good read. I'm glad we did this. All right. That is it for this one. Like I said, if you haven't subscribed to my channel, I would love for you to do so. If you can give this video a thumbs up. Any comments or questions, leave them below. Anything you want me to read on, leave that below. You guys do something to make yourself happy. Keep your teacups full. Love, peace, and happiness. And I will talk to you guys in my next video coming up shortly. Toodaloo!